All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I am Shon Gables in our Atlanta News First newsroom with a great opportunity to give you another day of some of the top headlines that we're covering in our newsroom today. It is Monday, July the 29th, and our team of reporters are covering a multitude of stories, including some big ones that we're following. Our Bridget Spencer is following what is a teacher shortage in Clayton County. She's going to break that down for us tonight. Madeline Montgomery is covering some car break-ins in Marietta, and I'm going to get to that story in just a minute. And our Tori Cooper has got a really exciting development that's happening in Atlanta. The West End Mall is about to be redeveloped. Efforts are underway. She is speaking to business owners in that area who are super excited. But in the meantime, let's get to some of the other stories that I'm following. And one of the big ones, this one is just a heartbreaker. And it is on, let me just get this little super up here to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. This student here, just heartbreaking. If you have children, they go on vacation, you want the best for your kids, you want them to experience life, have a good time. This had such a terrible experience for 17-year-old Caden Gregory. He's a Cobb County student. He was at a family gathering in Wisconsin this weekend when he was shot and critically injured. Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Beinfor is at McCurchin High School in Marietta. She has more on the story.
This is where Caden Gregory should be starting his senior year of high school. Instead, the 17-year-old is now in ICU fighting for his life after taking a bullet to the chest.
It could be planning his funeral, and I think about that all the time.
Marietta mom Kadeen Favors is in Milwaukee this week, supporting her son Caden through a tough recovery at a local children's hospital.
The amount of injuries that one bullet caused his body.
Favors says her son was wounded while visiting his dad in Wisconsin. On the last night of his trip, someone started firing shots at a family gathering. A bullet fractured his ribs, damaged his spleen and lungs, and is now lodged in his spine.
He's not one of those children who are in the streets. He's not one of those children who are coming home at 4 a.m. or getting kicked out of school or involved with the law or any legal things. I mean, he's a good kid, and it still happened to him.
Meanwhile, Milwaukee police are still investigating what led up to the shooting. They say the suspect was arrested and injured in a shootout with police just days after Caden was shot. That suspect now facing several charges, including attempted homicide.
I want to put a face to all of the stories that we hear in the news about gunshot victims, about these children under 18 getting shot, that there is a face to them, and not all of them are bad kids. Some of them are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, where my son was.
And once he's stable enough, Caden's mother says he'll have to take a medical evacuation flight back here to Metro Atlanta. Their medical bills are piling up, so if you'd like to make a donation to this family, you can find this story on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Reporting in Cobb County, Chelsea Beinfor, Atlanta News First.
And another big story that we're following, and this one is a reminder to all of us to never leave your belongings inside of your car. Tonight, a suspected burglar behind bars. Police have arrested this man that we just showed you. He's accused of breaking into almost 63 cars across Marietta and snatching whatever he could find. Atlanta News First, Rachel Aragon has more.
Over the past 5 weeks, a large number of cars have been entered and broken into all across the city of Marietta. Now police believe they have one of the suspects responsible behind bars. This is 19-year-old Christopher Emerson of Marietta. He was out on bond from a previous arrest made for entering autos, but is now behind bars. Police believe he is part of a crew that flipped vehicle door handles and, if locked, broke windows to force their way in. Officials say the incidents happened in random locations, typically at night. In total, over 70 vehicles were entered, with a variety of items taken, including 3 handguns. Emerson is now facing 18 new felony and 1 misdemeanor charges. Police say this is an ongoing investigation and more charges are likely. And anyone with information about these incidents or any information on potential suspects are urged to call the Marietta Police Department. Reporting in Marietta, Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
Now, we're taking a live look right here. This is Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Don't be deceived by what you're seeing. There's lots of cloud cover. peaks of sunshine coming through the clouds. But this is a first alert weather day, and we have some serious weather, a second wave of heavy rain, wind, lightning that is headed our way. And Cutter Martin has been tracking this storm. And Cutter, I know that it's already approached some parts of the area in Georgia, not hitting this viewpoint right here, though.
Yeah,
in
Hartsville,
Atlanta.
Jackson, South Side, drier now, but they're moving in quickly, Sean, moving in from the north. So North Metro now, Alpharetta, Milton, those spots, and then they will be moving off to the south. So as you mentioned, this kind of final round of showers and thunderstorms in the first alert forecast. You can see them right there. Shon Gables kind of queuing up first alert radar, getting our graphics set and ready to go, and we're going to bring you here the latest minute-by-minute timeline, but I do want to start with a look at First Alert Radar, and you can see several severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect. Those are those yellow polygons. Now, what has prompted these warnings? Why are many neighborhoods and communities under severe thunderstorm warnings? That is because of the risk of damaging wind gusts 60 to 65 miles an hour. Secondary to that, there is a risk of some hail up to about the size of pennies to quarters. So again, thank you for tuning in and for watching. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here with a check of the First Alert forecast. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, want to remind you that we are here to keep you updated, and we are streaming on many platforms in which you can ask your questions, and I can hopefully provide those answers. Clarification that you may need on the First Alert forecast, you can do so on YouTube. That is one account that we are streaming on right now. Also, we are able to get text messages from you, maybe photos or video of what you're dealing with this evening, and those photos and videos can be sent to us via Haymarket, which basically is just a system, a software that allows you to text questions, photos, videos to us. We can view them and then respond to them. That number, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns before we kind of dive into the track of these storms and the latest First Alert forecast, that is 470-777 WANF 470-777-9263. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, and I'll be logging into that here shortly. I want to go ahead and bring you to First Alert Radar right now. Again, tracking showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north and west. Moving at a quick clip, though. So the risk of flooding, it's not zero, but it is relatively low this evening. Nonetheless, rain, while it may not last long enough to cause significant street flooding, rain is going to be torrential as storms move through. The other thing about these storms is they are relatively hit or miss. It's a broken line of showers and thunderstorms moving through North Georgia. Zooming down in, notice this new severe thunderstorm warning now including the city of Atlanta, including Buckhead, including the Highlands, West Midtown, including Chamblee, including Dunwoody, including Decatur, Ponce Highland, Virginia Highland, pretty much all of our near north neighborhoods up towards Bolton, getting up to I-285 and 75, Vinings, Smyrna included in this severe thunderstorm warning. And this particular storm right here is the strongest of the bunch, at least in this particular area, just to the west of Smyrna. This is stretching down towards Leland and Gilmore, kind of getting out of South and East Cobb, back into Fulton County. That's one area of stronger storm activity, gusty winds. Maybe 40, 50 mile an hour gusts pretty easily. A few gusts up to 60 miles per hour, reaching that severe threshold possible. And this broken line extends back through Douglas County, extends back through Carroll County. It has now left Polk County. It has left Haralson County. It has left Paulding County. Southeastern Bartow County still dealing with storms, but in Cartersville proper, up into northern Bartow County, Adairsville storms are done. Cherokee County, Canton, the worst of the weather is done, but showers and thunderstorms are continuing to move through the metro and closer into the city of Atlanta, the heart of the city. And we can go ahead and put a tracker on this while I load up those text messages to see if we are getting any weather questions, comments, concerns. This is going to be the minute-by-minute track into the city of Atlanta, plotting several neighborhoods there. Again, Carrollton by 8:12, Decatur by 8:44, Peachtree City by 9:09. And if anything, storms may be speeding up just a little bit. I think that has been the trend here over the past several minutes, I should say. So again, we are logging in. Just bear with me here. There may be a couple moments of silence as we get the latest logins. And actually, good. We're good to go. Okay, so we haven't gotten any text messages just yet. No photos, no videos in from folks. But again, if you're watching, if you're streaming right now on Roku, Amazon Fire, in the First Alert Weather app, which you may have been alerted to severe storms approaching your neighborhood in the First Alert Weather app, you can stream here. But two places to get clarification on the forecast, to get that extra bit of knowledge. It may help you plan and prepare for these storms moving through. That is going to be on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account to like and to follow. Also, and the number here that I'm going to pop up on your screen, 470-777-WANF. Again, that is 470-777-9263. 470-777-9263. You can text us your photos, what you're seeing, videos, what you're dealing with, and you can text us weather questions, and we can provide those answers to you right here while we are streaming. So just keeping this going here, allowing folks to kind of come in and leaving that track up here for just a few moments before we move on to the forecast, just letting you know another round of storms is moving in, I should say, and we're going to be dealing with these storms here for the next hour to hour and a half, and then more swift improvement in the forecast as we get past the top of the 10 p.m. hour. By 10:30, 11 p.m., we're definitely going to be seeing some improvement in the forecast. In the meantime, though, showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north and west, and I might be able to switch over Skycam even and give you a better look. You know, you're looking at radar there. Those are forecast times when rain may become heavy, when the leading edge of those storms will impact those neighborhoods. But I also want to try to give you a kind of a bird's eye view outside, so to speak, give real eyes. Get real eyes on these storms as they approach from the north and the west. And actually, I have a pretty interesting Skycam here as I hear one of the first rumbles of thunder here at Atlanta News First. We're at 14th and McCaslin, so Midtown going into West Midtown, and I'm actually looking at our Marietta Square Skycam. It doesn't look like too much because the leading edge of some of the wind has moved through this particular area. But again, we're going to pop this up here in just a moment. Just bear with me. I have to make sure that I have the correct camera selected and the correct channel. So just bear with me. We're going to have it on your screen in just a moment. Again, this is a look at Marietta Square. Doesn't look like much because the base of the cloud, kind of the ominous portion of the storm, has already passed over Marietta. But this is the heavy rain that is coming behind that switch in wind direction, behind that initial kind of gust of wind. And again, trees not moving too much Marietta Square, but you can tell it's a little breezy there. Looking back towards northwestern Cobb County, that's Kennesaw Mountain in the distance there. And the leading edge of these downpours just behind Kennesaw Mountain. First raindrop on the lens there as these storms move in from the north and west. And they're moving at a pretty quick clip, so that's good news. Yes, it could get rough in a couple of neighborhoods. We could be dealing with showers and thunderstorms kind of blasting through parts of the metro, and here is the latest timeline for those storms. But the good news is they won't last too long at any one particular spot, any one particular neighborhood or community. So just keep that in mind. That is good news. Not going to last all that long, but they could be rather intense as they move through North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Let's zoom down in while monitoring the stream, monitoring your texts as well. And again, Atlanta News First, the YouTube account to like and to follow if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, and also you can text us. Number that you can text is 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777-9263. You can send your photos, you can send your videos. You can ask a weather question, get some clarification on the forecast, all easy to do. You can do it on the same mobile device that you may be streaming on right now. So now back to the First Alert forecast. Going to kind of dive into radar here. Going to switch it over to a more sensitive mode, a mode that can detect some of the finer features of these storms as they pass through Metro Atlanta. Kind of give us a better scope at what may be happening within these storms as they move through. I'm also in touch with the National Weather Service as storms move in from the north and west. And, you know, it's great about being a meteorologist in 2024. You don't have to look at several computers. You can just simply pull up your phone. And we have an update here. Let's see. So these are the latest reports. Tree down Tyson Road at Highway 92 in southwestern Cherokee County. That is the only report out of Cherokee County at the moment. Also, National Weather Service saying the line west of the city is picking up pace and getting a little bit stronger. And we'll kind of zoom back in here. Basically, from 75 and 285, this line stretches all the way back to the Alabama state line. And it is this line through Carroll County, through Douglas County, through South Cobb, now pushing into South Fulton, central portions of Fulton County, that is the strongest portion of the storm. Also, an update from Carrollton County, looking like multiple calls for trees down throughout Carroll County. Carroll County EMC is showing several pockets of power outages throughout Haralson and Carroll counties. Those are their service area. Carrollton County and Carroll County, I should say, and Haralson County. That's Carroll EMC. Reporting pockets of power outages. And we do have a few trees reportedly that have fallen, blown over, or snapped in Carroll County. Also looking like we have some reports, or one report, of a tree down Tyson Road at Highway 92 in southwestern Cherokee County. And they are saying, that's emergency manager in Cherokee County, the EM office, saying only one tree down report so far, and that's going to be southwestern Cherokee County, Tyson Road at Highway 92, because of these storms that are moving into the city of Atlanta from the north and west. The main threat with these will be those gusty winds, producing, wind gusts 55, 65 miles per hour potentially along the leading edge of these storms. So maybe within the first 5-10 minutes of rain, that's when it'll be at its windiest, and then thunder, lightning, and heavy rain lingering just a little bit longer and behind those gustiest of winds. Hearing another boom of thunder here again at Atlanta News First. Want to switch the mode here, and again, this is velocity. This is radar's detection of wind. Velocity meaning how strong the wind is blowing and which direction it is blowing, and we can actually get an idea how strong radar is estimating these winds to be. And you can see that brighter greens, in general, a general rule of thumb here is the brighter the green in this case, or the brighter the red in another case, that's a stronger wind value or velocity value. So 45 mile per hour winds detected in Douglas County. Moving off to the south, we are looking at 41 mile per hour winds in far southern Douglas County and Carroll County south of Carrollton. 36 mile per hour winds as we get closer into the Fulton County area. Storms that are now, that's the thunder that we're hearing in the city of Atlanta and Fulton County. And looks like we have that Carroll County report again coming in as well. And talking with First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete, he was just showing me that Carroll County report we were talking about a few moments ago about those power outages and some trees down in Carroll County and that one tree down in Cherokee County as these storms move through. Now, what I will say is that winds may be stronger than this in gusts, but keep in mind that radar may not be able to detect every single gust, but in average, a good guess here, as these storms move through, we're going to see 35 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and that's kind of on the easy end of things. Some will see wind gusts stronger than that. So we're going to go ahead and switch back over away from velocity, or away from velocity back to reflectivity. Now, this is a look. When I say reflectivity, I know I'm throwing around a lot of big words, and if you have questions about terminology, by all means, streaming on Atlanta News First, the YouTube account. Also, we are streaming on Roku, Amazon Fire, many accounts. Anywhere you can stream, we're streaming right now, but YouTube is the place where you can ask questions. I can see those questions coming in, answer those. Also, you can text us 470-777-9263. So switching over from velocity to reflectivity, this is a look at rain. So we're not looking at wind anymore, we're looking at rain. And you can see there are reds, there are yellows, there are oranges. This is heavy rain. Regardless of the wind potential, prepare for a burst of heavy rain stretching from western Fulton County on through really along, let's say I-285 and 75 is kind of where the heavy rain begins. And this line stretches all the way back into northern Randolph County in eastern Alabama. That's across the Alabama state line. And it's this leading edge. You can kind of see this here on radar. I'm going to draw it out for you to hopefully make it a little bit more obvious on the screen that you may be streaming on. You can see this line ahead of the yellows, the oranges, the reds. This line is basically gusty winds that have caught up bugs and leaves and stuff, and it's now being able to be detected by radar because of the little bugs and stuff that are caught up basically in this gust of wind. Roxanne wanting to know, what is reflectivity? Basically, that's the map you're looking at right now. When we say reflectivity, we just mean radar in terms of rain. So reflectivity is the rain that radar is seeing, or the snow, or the sleet. But of course, it's summertime, it's late July, Roxanne. This is reflectivity that you're seeing on the screen. It is rain being detected by radar, whereas velocity is just wind and wind direction also being detected by radar. So reflectivity, what's falling from those clouds; velocity, what is blowing out of those clouds at the surface and then up to the cloud level as well. Hopefully, Roxanne, that helped clarify what we're showing you, what we're talking about right here. No new questions nor videos nor pictures texted in, but we are getting some questions on YouTube, Roxanne. Hopefully that explanation helped you just a little bit. If you're just now tuning in, we're tracking showers and thunderstorms capable of producing severe weather moving through Metro Atlanta. In fact, we're putting that warning back on. We'll go ahead and go through the warnings now once again. A new severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 9 p.m. This includes portions of Fayette County, Carroll County, Heard County, west central portions of Coweta County, really much of Coweta County, and Fulton County as well, especially the western half of Fulton County, get closer to DeKalb County, especially south DeKalb, central DeKalb, roughly Decatur on southward to the I-20 corridor. Not under a warning yet, but we've seen warning after warning issued this evening, and you may be placed underneath one soon. Main concern or impact from these storms will be gusty straight-line winds. Even if these storms aren't severe in your neighborhood, you're going to get some 30, 40, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts if you're in the path of these storms. A couple of storms capable of producing 55, 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And again, going through some of the latest reports from the National Weather Service office, just refreshing the feed. Nice to be a meteorologist in 2024 where you don't have to, go around, walk around to different computers. You can simply pull up your phone and see reports from the National Weather Service. And we do have reports of in Carrollton, in Carroll County, multiple calls for trees down throughout Carroll County. Carroll EMC is showing several pockets of power outages in Haralson and Carroll counties. Again, those two counties serviced by Carroll EMC. And also looking at Cherokee County, tree down Tyson Road at Highway 92 in southwest Cherokee County. Only report so far. An update here, though. One more down tree. This is Bells Ferry Road at Bascom Commercial Parkway. Bells Ferry Road at Bascom Commercial Parkway. Another tree down. Very normal when you get some gusty storms moving through. You know the area. You know Metro Atlanta. Very easy for these storms to topple over and to come down with, at this point, after several rainy afternoons, some saturated soil. Easier for those storms to uproot trees as those winds really begin to blow. Further off to the north, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 8:45, though they may let this expire early. It looks like the bulk of the storms now about to push out of this severe thunderstorm warning polygon. Nonetheless, Paulding, North DeKalb, Cobb County, especially East Cobb, this particular warning, Gwinnett County and Fulton County, this far north Fulton, including Alpharetta and Milton. The bulk of the storms now south and out of this area. Again, I can zoom down in and notice how within this particular yellow box, there are still a few storms, but the bulk of the wind is kind of on the easternmost part, the southernmost part of this severe thunderstorm warning. So if anything, they may reissue or extend a warning into South DeKalb, South Gwinnett, Rockdale County, into Henry County, including more of Fayette and Clayton counties. Whereas this new severe thunderstorm warning that goes stretches as far south as Peachtree City, the National Weather Service office down there, the storms are just now moving into that polygon. So basically the Weather Service issues warnings. They allow storms to move through the warning polygon, and then they either cancel it early or let it expire. Same thing for this polygon here, severe thunderstorm warning to the north and west, including Douglas County. Majority of the high wind threat, that threat for winds that could knock down trees, power lines, that has shifted out of that polygon, the majority of the wind potential anyway. So yes, severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for another 7 minutes, but I would not be surprised if they went ahead and canceled it early, or they just let it expire as it's forecast to, or expected to, I should say, at 8:30 in about 6 minutes. Octavia Green, hello to you. Thanks for tuning in and for watching. Reminder, Octavia, I know we chatted yesterday and you're from Columbus. May have some questions about Columbus weather. There are storms to your north and west. Octavia saying, are we getting thunderstorms tonight? I would say your greatest chance of thunderstorms in Columbus will be over the next 2 hours. Again, that's for Columbus, Georgia, and surrounding areas. That's south of the Atlanta News First viewing area. But, of course, right here on Atlanta News First Plus, we have all the time in the world. Why not give you an extra check of the forecast, even if you are streaming from Columbus? and it does look like in Columbus, Octavia saying it's already rained once. More storms, as I put radar in motion, are trying to move in from portions of, southern Randolph County, southwestern Troup County, in towards Langdale, Alabama, the I-85 corridor, and Octavia. These are headed in your way. These are headed your way. Also, Kimberly's live on YouTube asking about LaGrange, Georgia. So let's put a track. Really, the same set of storms moving through LaGrange now could impact Columbus. We'll put a general track on this. This is kind of an estimate based on current heading. So it could be just a little bit off here, but looking like it'll be into Langdale by 7:34. That's Central Time. Hamilton by 9:04. Again, back in the Eastern Time Zone. Phoenix City, 8:35. That is here momentarily. Geneva by 9:55. It'll be into Columbus, Octavia. Now let's take a closer look at Troup County. Nothing severe in Troup County right now. Nonetheless, showers and thunderstorms producing frequent lightning and heavy rain. Kimberly, you're very welcome. So here's Troup County. I'll put this in motion so you can get an idea. A storm on the north side of LaGrange is going to move into LaGrange proper. Another little downpour with more lightning down 85 just to the south and east of the lake. Crossing the county line into East Alabama. This is the strongest storm, and it will miss Troup County, but it kind of is going to clip West Point, so maybe the far southwestern portion of Troup County. Kimberly's life on YouTube. That's the avatar, the person I'm speaking with. So Kimberly, southwestern Troup County, but south and west of LaGrange, more so across the state line in East Alabama. That's where the strongest storm is. Looks like the bulk of that's going to miss Troup County, heading down towards Columbus, remaining to your south. Nonetheless, you're still getting rain, briefly heavy rain into LaGrange proper, basically south of Hillcrest now, south and east of Abbotsford, crossing the lake and moving into LaGrange, crossing over 85 and 185. Brief heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. Octavia, storms are moving to the south and east. So again, putting a track on this, you can find Columbus there on the map, and we'll kind of just show you in general where these storms are moving. Everything today roughly moving to the south and southeast. Storms over Macon moving more due south. Storms moving through Troup County and back towards Columbus are moving to the south and east. And I would say Octavia, Greene, and Columbus, you're going to have another risk of storms impacting the city within the next hour and a half. Do want to bring you now back up to the city of Atlanta. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for much of the city of Atlanta. In fact, we're starting to see heavy rain here at the Atlanta News First studio, 14th and McCaslin. We can hear it on the roof. So North Avenue corridor, going by the Georgia Tech campus, it is pouring. Now into Mechanicsville, it is pouring. The West End, near the Grady Curve, rain is just to your north and west moving in. Octavia, you are getting rain and storms. We just gave you that track minute by minute in Columbus, showers and thunderstorms moving in. And if you need that local forecast at any time, reminder, WTVM, that's our sister station down in Columbus. Always happy to give you a forecast, but they can have that neighborhood by neighborhood look for you out of the Atlanta News First viewing area. Our sister station, WTVM, that's a station to watch down in Columbus as well, in case you do need details and I may miss your following questions. More storms moving through South Fulton, now pushing to portions of Fayette County, Clayton County, and Coweta County. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for this area. And keep in mind, this is the kind of setup where winds, those gusty winds, may actually precede the rain, the heaviest of the rain. So it may get windy well before the first drops of rain. Do keep that in mind. Also, thunder and lightning preceding some of this heavy rain as well. Octavia Greene, wanting to know what the app's name is, you can just search WTVM in your app or Google Play Store or search First Alert Weather. And, of course, happy to give you a forecast here as well. Austin Vance, do you think if the storms will start to fall apart if it comes into Henry County? A good question. I know, Austin, you probably asked one earlier. I thought I saw your name pop up. I may have missed that. Do apologize. Storms, I think, will make it into Henry County, but it's going to be a broken line. Austin, parts of the county could have brief heavy rain, gusty winds, lightning. Other parts of the county will probably miss out on the more significant rain activity, but we'll go ahead and put a tracker on this as storms move through the metro and then on into the south side of town. So tracking this into central Henry County, into Stockbridge by 8:55. So here within the next 15 to 20 minutes, the weather's going to go downhill, Austin, into Hampton by 9:04, McDonough by 9:13, south of the city of Atlanta by that point, more so Henry County, Lamar County, Upson County, Butts County, getting over towards Monticello, maybe as far east as Putnam County. Storms will continue to move off to the south and to the east. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for much of metro Atlanta, and I can check in with the National Weather Service, see if we do have any new reports coming in. Told you about that updated report out of Cherokee County, and we told you about the power outages in multiple trees down in Carroll County. It doesn't look like we have too many new reports. That's, of course, good news, but just reiterating, in case you're just now tuning in, according to scanner traffic, we have folks with Carrollton, in Carrollton, Georgia, a local communication shop out there. Looks like maybe a Wix FM folks. They're based out that way, so they kind of have a good handle on what's happening in their neighborhoods. 911 dispatch is getting multiple calls for trees down throughout Carroll County. Carroll EMC, again, electrical provider out there reporting pockets of outages in Haralson County as well as Carroll County. Also, a reminder, two reports of trees down in Cherokee County, near and around Canton. First one is on the southwest side of the county, Tyson Road to Highway 92. Newest report came in about 30 minutes ago. Another report at Bells Ferry Road and Bascom Commercial Parkway. Octavia, the name of the app is WTVM. WTVM. That's the name of the station down your way. You'll be able to find the app by searching WTVM. Hopefully you're able to hear me, or to search First Alert Weather, or go to WTVM.com down your way. Again, Columbus, showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north and west. I would say the greater rain chances up 185, closer to LaGrange, but these storms may clip Columbus as well. Want to zoom down in to the south side of the city of Atlanta. This is now moving into Fairburn, Peachtree City, Moreland, Noonan, Irondale, Forest Park, McDonough, Stockbridge. Most of the southern metro now being impacted by showers and thunderstorms, clouds, lightning, thunder, brief heavy rain, and some gusty winds even preceding some of the heavy rain. So we can go to First Alert Radar. That's what you're looking at right now, and we can actually switch over modes. This is velocity, and this is an estimate of what wind is doing, the direction in which it's blowing, and how strong it is blowing in that direction. And you can see here some brighter greens over at Union City. What that tells me is that there will be some gustier winds. And I can actually, here, I'm going to switch around some of the layers here and make sure that we can get a good sample on that area of gusty winds near Union City. Estimated to be blowing 51 miles an hour. Further to the south and west into Palmetto, US 29. Tracking some gusty winds, again, moving out of South Fulton. Winds sustained, 30 to 40 pretty easily. So a lot of these are 30 to 50 miles an hour. And First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete has something to report here as well. And your mic is open, Patrick.
Yeah, Cutter, no, I wanted to take a look at the power outage map on Barron, so I queried some of that for you if you can get that over. I know that's going to take a second for you to get there. But with these gusty winds moving through the area, multiple severe warning thunderstorms, we are starting to see some impacts to power in some places. The impact isn't overwhelming at this moment, but if you're one of the folks that are without power at this hour, that is something that you're probably concerned about. We're going to be working to reach out to Georgia Power to see what the ETA will be on getting some of these power outages resolved. Once again, we are tracking multiple severe thunderstorm warnings right now moving through the metro and moving through North Georgia, damaging wind gusts. The primary concerns, as you're seeing as we query some of these wind values, once again, 50, 60 miles per hour wind gusts being estimated by radar, First Alert Radar at this moment as these storms are rolling through, and that is causing at least some issues with power across the area. Most places, it's not overwhelming. It's a couple of hundred in some counties. It's up to a couple of thousand. I think right now our maximum power outage, I believe, is in Cobb County. It's either Bartow or Cobb County right now. I believe there are about 3,500 people without power. So that's something that we're also working to get more info on. We're keeping an eye on those numbers because this is an evolving situation, Cutter.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't pull up that power outage map. Doesn't look like it's on Barron, but we do have an estimate that we're looking at online, and a reminder that you can always take a look. We're going to have it live at atlantanewsfirst.com. We will have a link Looking at the digital team now, they've had an active story going for hours. As soon as that first severe thunderstorm warning was issued north of the city of Atlanta, really as those storms crossed the state line into far northwest Georgia, they got that story live. Lots of resources there, including Georgia Power outage map, a link to the Georgia Power outage map, and also those ETAs. Not looking at anything too widespread. Nonetheless, we do have isolated to scattered outages here across North Georgia. So just keep that in mind, that power outage is a possibility as gusty winds move through the city of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta. And now we do have that power outage map up, and we will be tracking that. Patrick, if you want to come over here, and we'll go ahead and switch it over. We're going to have to switch it over live, so bear with me, dude.
Yeah, I went and switched it, adjusted it. It's on max 2 now if you want to pull that up. Once again, multiple counties without power. No widespread power outages for the most part, but we're looking at several counties where we are seeing some elevated power outages.
Yeah, and then this is going to be something that we're watching, that possibility that wind knocks out power. Thankfully, as we go back to radar, looking like wind is going to be a little less likely to cause power outages. In general, just a little bit of weakening here. And again, working to get that back over. Bear with me really quick. Not sure what just happened there. Bear with me. In fact, we can go ahead and go to a sky cam here. This is what you have to look forward to behind the storms. Showers and thunderstorms, they move through. You get gusty winds, heavy rain, frequent lightning, and then you get an absolutely stunning, a beautiful sunset. An actual beautiful sunset, kind of like the saving grace behind the storm. You know, the storm leaves, and then you have rainbows behind the storm. So stunning stuff out that way. And we just have to get through some of the nasty weather that we are having right now, and hopefully that we can get through that without too much of an issue. And unfortunately, I do not hear. I'm gonna have to switch back over. May have this little computer snafu fixed. Of course, you know, sometimes technology can misbehave. There we go. And there's First Alert Radar back up right now. Again, tracking showers and thunderstorms moving through. Still have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. And this warning remains in effect for the next 15 to 30 minutes. Again, the latest on this in effect until 9 p.m. So about the next 23 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect further to the north and to the northeast. They have trimmed, kind of cut back on this severe thunderstorm warning. And just so that this radar makes sense, what you're looking at now is wind direction, the direction that the wind is blowing according to radar, also how fast it is blowing in that direction. Now what we're going to switch over to is reflectivity, just rain, radar detecting where rain is falling across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Octavia, you can send a picture. You can send it to 470-777-WANF, 470-777-9263. Let's see. Austin says last night his power went out. Hurricane season, Octavia, is not over. It goes through the month of November, of course, for the state of Georgia. The Gulf Coast, the Southeast Coast are primary months. The busiest time to watch, August, September, and specifically in this part of the country, October as well. Tracking showers and thunderstorms continue to move off to the south and to the southeast. Want to let you know we are continuing to keep you updated. First Alert Weather app, we sent an alert just as these storms are moving into Metro Atlanta. We also are going to keep you updated on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. And a reminder, we are on tonight, 10 p.m. Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV, CW's affiliate, the Atlanta CW affiliate, starting at 10 p.m. And then as we go into the evening, First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete will have that 10:30 half hour, and then the 11 o'clock hour. Storms long gone by that point with improving weather as we get into the First Alert forecast. Now, I want to let you know, I say all that to say we are not leaving you. We're still tracking showers and thunderstorms. Comments have kind of calmed down a little bit on YouTube, but a reminder that showers and thunderstorms are continuing to move through. And we will be tracking showers and thunderstorms for about the next hour or so. By the time we get to 10 p.m., rain and storms really diminishing. In fact, before 10 p.m., the weather will start improving in the city of Atlanta. Going to go ahead and leave you with a gorgeous view from Marietta Square, looking on the backside of these storms. Rain and wind has already moved through Marietta. You're done in Cobb County with the rough stuff. looking back at a gorgeous sunset. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching another full check of the forecast. It's always in the First Alert Weather app. And tonight on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate starting at 10 p.m.